My name is Abid Omar. I'm the founder of the Pakistan Air Quality Initiative. We started monitoring air pollution in cities across Pakistan because there was a lack of data about what's in the air. Is our air clean, or is it dirty, or is it polluted? We had no idea, because usually in much of the world the government monitors air pollution and releases that data in real time for ordinary citizens to make decisions on that data. Should I go out, play sports? Should I send my children outdoors today, or should I keep them at home? So with the lack of this data, we engaged the community around Pakistan in different cities, in Lahore, Islamabad, Peshawar, Quetta, Bahawalpur and other places, and where we said, why don't we monitor the data ourselves? We want to know how bad the air pollution is. And back in 2016, when we started this, we had no idea. Only today we've learned that cities in Pakistan are amongst the most polluted in the world, with Lahore being the second most polluted city worldwide. The pollution levels in Lahore and across Punjab are so bad that it's actually a public health emergency. When we started monitoring, we had no idea how bad it's going to be. We just wanted to know for ourselves, to have data, to be able to contribute towards the society and towards progress in Pakistan. But as the numbers started coming in, we learned that it's so severe that 135,000 deaths are attributed to air pollution in Pakistan, that the life expectancy in Lahore and as well as cities across Punjab are reduced by 5 years due to the extreme levels of pollution found here. Things like hospital admission rates go up exponentially during the polluted 5th season of smog. Children and adults with asthma are especially susceptible. People with heart disease, lung disease are at very high risk during pollution. So it's not just about measuring pollution for the sake of finding out what the pollution is, but we want to be able to react to that pollution and to be able to come up with the relevant solutions. So we've found out over these years what is the #1 cause of air pollution in Pakistan. And that happens to be the use of poor fuel in the transportation sector. Pakistan uses some of the worst fuel in the world. We're talking about the petrol and the diesel that we use for our cars and trucks and buses and rickshaws. The fuel is so bad that the catalytic converters that you'd have in your cars or the particulate filters in diesel vehicles simply cannot operate. When the pollutants present in this fuel are hundreds or thousands of times above regulatory limits, these cars can simply not function as they're designed to. And because of this, the poor combustion within the engine, the additives that are found in the fuel, the high levels of magnesium, sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides that are coming out of the tailpipe of cars, this contributes to about 43% of the pollution in Punjab. Some people look around them, they drive on the ring roads, they drive on the motorways, and they see all these brick kilns operating, they see crop residue burning, and they imagine that this is the cause of air pollution here. But that's a myth. The real cause is the cars that we use, the trucks, the buses, the rickshaws that we get around when. Crop residue burning contributes to just about 10% of the pollution for about 2 weeks of the year. The rest of the year, there's no crop residue burning. Similarly, brick kilns are a very minor contributor towards pollution. Perhaps only 5% of the air pollution can be attributed to brick kilns. So it is the rest of the things around us that we need to look at. Our lifestyles, our cars, the way we get around, the generators that we use, the air conditioners that we run, the over-excessive consumption that we do, that is what attributes to air pollution. So there do exist many solutions. People in different cities across the world have found solutions for air pollution, from Mexico City to London to Los Angeles to Beijing. All of these cities have had their own unique issues and causes of air pollution. And each of them have today come out of being known as very polluted cities. Today we find cities in Pakistan to be the most polluted, but we have hope. The solutions do exist. The first one is to improve the quality of fuel, but then there are other issues such as reducing other emissions, whether that's industrial emissions, agricultural emissions, or issues of urban waste. Did you know a lot of urban waste is simply burnt in the outskirts of our cities, and that also causes a lot of air pollution. So if you have proper waste disposal systems, perhaps using some of that waste as biomass to provide energy. So many solutions exist. What's happening in Pakistan is that we have not yet started looking at these solutions, and we are very far away from talking about implementation. Until that happens, we need to look at what we can do personally. What can we do to protect our own health? What are the precautions we can take? So it's very unfortunate that while some people say plant trees or take public transportation, that will have a very limited impact. In fact, the impact is close to negligible of these activities. So rather we have to take personal steps, and those are that you keep an eye on the data for the air quality, you download the app. The app is called Air Visual. It's available on iOS and Android, and that tells you the pollution levels in your city. And in certain cities like in Lahore and Karachi, we have a number of monitors, so you can even see how polluted it is in your own neighborhood. And on the days that you see the pollution levels are high, then you want to think twice before you step outside. You'd want to limit your outdoor activities. For example, if you have to go run an errand, maybe you combine that with a trip to drop off the children to school. Or if you have to be outdoors on a polluted day, you wear a mask. We have one such mask with us, which are locally available, and they come in fun, exciting colors. And so, you know, wearing these masks, even though they look very unusual, I put this one on now, it's important that it has a very good seal. So you put it on, you press it from the top, you make sure it's fitting properly around you, and you breathe through this mask. There's an exhalation valve on one side which helps keep out the carbon dioxide levels. So, but masks are recommended for when you're outdoors. What about when you're indoors? So right now in this room, the pollution level is 280. That's very unhealthy. That's a very serious level of air pollution. So indoors, what's recommended is that you keep your doors and your windows shut, and you get an air purifier. There's multiple brands available locally, so any brand that fits your requirements. It's like choosing an air conditioner. You buy whatever strikes your fancy, and you run these air purifiers. So the target number for this, with your air purifier running, this number should be below 10. And right now we're at 280. And of course, with the very young, they're very susceptible. Their physical development is affected, their brain development, mental development is affected from high levels of air pollution. So it's very important that the young be protected from the very hazardous levels of air pollution. So people always wonder just how bad the air pollution is in Lahore. Let me put that in a reference for you. In Lahore, we usually see numbers around 200 or above for about 4 to 6 months of the year. And in Iran, when the number was 133, they shut down schools. In Bangkok, when the number was 82, they shut down schools over there. Here, we're not even talking about shutting down schools until we cross 300 or 400. Because if you were to shut down schools at the recommended number of 150, schools in Lahore would be closed throughout the year. That's how bad it is here. Thank you.
We're really excited to share fantastic content with you
on all the fun topics.
Please subscribe to our channel by
clicking on the subscribe button below.